What up, all my intra-social people? We're here with another video with my co-host Chris. Say hello to everyone.
Hey, what's up?
In today's video, we're going to be watching another video by Taty Cokley, and it's going to be 10 dating mistakes and how to avoid these 10 mistakes. Personally, I've never been in a relationship. Now there's Chris been in a relationship, but I guess we can just apply this.
She gonna teach us what we've been doing. Because clearly what I'm doing ain't working. I need some help. Please, help me.
What's up, y'all? It's Taty Cokley. I'm back for another video, and as you can see with the title, today I'm telling y'all the dating mistakes that y'all continue to make. You guys are always like, Taty, why can't I keep him? Taty, why do the men keep leaving me? I'm gonna tell you why right now. Disclaimer, this is no way saying that every relationship that you had that failed was just your fault only, or I don't know, just like you're the problem, or that you even need to be in a relationship at all. This is none of those things. But if you are curious if maybe some of these things apply to you or you want to apply them in the future, keep watching. Okay, so in this video I'm gonna talk about dating like when you're in a relationship, dating when you're just dating around, talking to a bunch of people. Like, it's gonna be a broad spectrum with little tips in for each one. Number one, a huge dating mistake that I see so many of y'all make is pretending to be somebody you're not in the beginning to snag him. It's not gonna work, sis, and let me tell you why. When you try to like be somebody that you're not, you can only keep that up for but so long. At one point, you're going to get comfortable and become your real self, and then he's gonna be like, that's not who I fell in love with, I'm out. And now you just wasted months, years, whatever of your time, because you can only pretend to be somebody else for so long. You're going to get caught up, I promise. You can't pretend to be Miss I know everything about sports, and then a couple years or a year down the line he asks you something you don't know what you're talking about. He like, great girl.
LeBron.
Really always better to be yourself. As corny as that sounds, listen, at one point you're gonna get real comfortable and have to be yourself anyway, and you might as well start it off from the jump. Okay.
I mean, yeah, that's like very generic advice that applies to men and women. Just be yourself, and if they don't like if your personalities don't vibe or match, then that's fine. Just move on. There's zero reason to try to pretend somebody, because you don't even know what type of person they would like. So aside from the fact that you can't keep that up, and it's not a healthy thing to change yourself to conform to what you think they want, you don't even know if that's really what they want. You don't really know like if what you're trying to make yourself out to be is what that person really wants. Bro, you muted yourself. You muted yourself to start talking.
Like, if someone just pretended to be like they're an NBA fan, just like get close to me, it wouldn't work. Or if I pretend to be passionate about like some artist, like guys do this all the time though. Like guys, we're like in inherent nature, a lot of us
mostly because they be trying to smash.
Yeah, exactly. But they'll be like, the girl will be like, Friends, The Office, and Meg Thee Stallion. Like, guys will pretend to like all that stuff just so they can hit. And like at the end of the day, it's like, was it worth really your time to do all that stuff? It's not worth your time.
Number two. Okay, this one is actually really, really important to me because I'm tired of seeing y'all do this. The second dating mistake I see people make is making the other person their like end all be all. So like making your whole life about the other person. Like, you're doing something, they need help, you drop it. What do you need, babe? Like, no. Somebody should never be your whole world. Somebody should never be more important to you than you are. That's just like the biggest mistake. And I know you guys are gonna be like, well, why though? Because if that person is not reciprocating that energy, they're just using you, and they're just comfortable with you being there because they know you always will be there. So they don't have to put that work in. They don't have to like learn to love you. They don't have to put that effort in. They don't have to do none of that, because you're gonna do whatever for them regardless of what they do. Totally okay to pour yourself into somebody and to love somebody as you should be. You guys should be growing together. But baby, you shouldn't be emptying your cup into theirs. A mutual pour, okay?
Basically, you can't be two of the extremes. There's one extreme where it's like, let me just distance myself as much as possible and have them chase me. Or the other extreme where it's like, I'm extremely clingy and I want everything to do with this person. They're my whole world. I have to do everything I can to make sure that they're happy. You have to find a good balance. It's not as like cut and dry as like horror movies where it's like, the husband did everything. He killed this person for this girl. He killed this person for this girl. He's doing all this stuff for this girl. All that stuff is like fake.
I just don't like this whole misconception that people have to contribute in relationships in the exact same way. Like, oh, I let you borrow $5, you let me borrow $5. Like, I don't think it has to be the exact same way. You can contribute equally in a relationship without contributing in the same ways. Like, for example, like if she like if you own like a t-shirt business and like she like is like promoting your business like on her social media or something like that, they would support you. Or like, what if she doesn't have a t-shirt business too? Like, how are you supposed to support her in that exact same way? Like, I don't know, I just don't like the whole idea of like you have to reciprocate in every single manner, like the exact same thing. Like, as long as if they're contributing in other ways, like say they're maybe supporting you financially, or you're going to school and they're helping you studying, like, or they're like well versed on some subject that you're trying to become more familiar with, if they're helping you in other ways like that, then I don't think that there's a problem. Obviously, you know, reciprocate the same energy in terms of effort and what they're doing to try to help you better your life. But yeah, you don't have to support each other in the exact same way in every single scenario.
3. The next dating mistake that I see girls make is kind of like letting go of your wants and needs and just letting your needs be his needs. And that is not the same as the first one because of this. Let's say you don't want to do something, or you don't like to do something, but you do it because he does. You don't like cooking, but you keep cooking because he wants you to cook. And he knows you don't like cooking, but you keep cooking because he wants it. So this is putting you in a position where you're just continuously miserable. And I promise you will learn to resent him. Resentment is a thing in relationships. Do not get it twisted. Resentment also, I feel like a lot of people think that resentment comes after like 40 years of marriage and it's like, I gave my whole life to you. No, baby, you can learn to resent somebody in a couple months. So trust and believe. Don't do that. Then on his end, he's now comfortable in the position of letting you sacrifice your wants and needs to please him. So you can't even blame him when he's like, when you finally say no and he's like, no, because now you've created a monster, baby. Now it's not to say we're blaming women, because we definitely are not. But it is very important to get in front of these things and identify the red flags before we let them become goddamn red screens. Stop letting these men coerce you into doing things that you don't want to do because you love them. Let me tell you something. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Love is not enough. If I ask you why you're still with somebody, if I ask you why you're sacrificing everything and you tell me because I love him. No, I love damn chicken nuggets. But that doesn't mean that that's my whole life and that I sacrifice everything for myself for these little chicken nuggets.
I get what she's saying about like, oh, you're not obliged to do anything that he wants you to do just because in a relationship. I completely agree with that. Like, you have full autonomy over yourself because you are a human being and you are an adult. However, I do disagree in terms of like, she was giving the example of like the cooking thing. I mean, you can just expand it broadly from that. I disagree that in the sense that like, if he suggests for you to do something or like that you should just ignore altogether. Like, there's no way we can be a couple if we don't at least compromise and do some stuff together. Because like we discussed this, like if you're passionate about the same thing, it goes a long way. But even if you're not passionate about the same thing, at least show interest. Like if you're into music and like she just never comes to your room to say, oh, what are you working on? Like, have interest, try to forge an interest into what you guys are doing. You don't have to say every single day, I need you by my side watching NBA, or like every day on my side I need you watching Bachelorette with me. But like, at least sit with each other and like watch an episode or give her a toe. If so-and-so isn't into these type of movies, watch a movie with them on that thing. Like, these are moments that you could forge together. Don't begrudgingly say, oh, I have to do it. It's my wife. She wants me to do it. Or like, oh, it's my husband. She wants me to do it. I don't believe in demands like, oh, you have to be the one to cook for the family. You have to do this. I do agree that disagreements should be made and compromises should be made for both parties. And that's like the way the relationship does best go forward.
Obviously, like, it sounds bad because she gave the specific example of cooking. Say, like, most guys, if you ask them, they don't really care about, like, going out on, like, date nights. Like, oh, we gotta go to a special steak dinner restaurant. You think guys really want to spend that much money? Most of the time, they don't. But they make those type of compromises because oftentimes that's what women want. And they want to appease their women every once in a while. So they're gonna do that. And, like, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. Is like we said, sometimes you're gonna do things that you don't want to do to please your partner. That's not to say that you have to do that all the time, because if you're doing that all the time, then that's not a good thing. You know, you are going to grow that resentment, as she said. Yeah. But every once in a while, if you're making that compromise, then there's nothing wrong with that. That's how a healthy relationship is going to work.
That's it for the video. Thank you guys for listening. And yeah. Subscribe, like, and everything. Comment down below what you think about these different I'm blanking, I forgot what the video is called.
You know, do you agree or disagree with anything we had to say? What are y'all thoughts on these specific relationship mistakes? Do you guys think that these are mistakes? As always, appreciate y'all for watching. Love y'all. See y'all next time. Peace.